14 straight days of playing Super Contra, the arcade game. And how good have we gotten? Roll the clip. Previously on the Quarter Pumper. There we go. Nice. 3 credit clear. That's right. After 14 days of daily gameplay, we've gotten Super Contra down to a 3 credit clear. I know. It was exciting. That happened just yesterday. So I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Let's drop in our first credit. And well, I think I messed this up. I totally messed this up. Let's go back. Let's try this again. Rewind there, and let's drop in our first credit. There we go. And let's get going. And if you're new here, welcome to the Quarter Pumper, where we normally play through classic arcade games in an effort to answer a single question. And that question normally is, how much would it cost us to beat this game in an arcade when we were kids? But if you've been my player too, you know we go on epic side quests that involve us live streaming difficult arcade games every single day to see if an average adult gamer with some basic gaming skills can actually get good enough at these games to 1cc them. That is 1 credit clear them. That's when you drop in a single credit at the beginning of an arcade game and you play through the entire thing start to finish without continues. And we are 2 weeks into our Super Contra arcade journey. I'll tell you what, I was scared. Super Contra is one of those games that is notoriously difficult, and I was unsure if it would be a game that would be feasible. But after about, 14 hours of playing this game, I am more confident than ever that we will get this. And part of that does come from experience. We have successfully 1cc'd 7 different arcade games using this exact technique. I missed that. Using this exact method of daily live streams for an hour a day, every day. We have successfully 1cc'd difficult arcade games like X-Men the arcade game, Ghouls N Ghosts, Splatterhouse, Contra, the original, R-Type. Oh, we got this. Mercs, the King of Dragons. And we are on the cusp of 1cc'ing Willow the arcade game, which would be the 8th game in this series, 1cc series. And I'm excited because that we've had 2 opportunities to do that in the last 2 days. Because we streamed 2 games. We streamed 2 games at the same time. And we could have done it today. Could have done it yesterday, Willow the arcade game, but it was not meant to be. So we just get to play some more. And Ken S is here. Super psyched to have you here, Ken. Thanks for joining again. Ken was in the earlier Willow stream. Oh, we got this. Here we go. Oh, that's okay. You know, everybody needs a little bit of a warm-up, right? To get the Super Contra mojo flowing. So we'll go through 6 credits. That's as many as you can insert in a single run of Super Contra. It had limited continues. So you could start a game and then continue 5 times if you were playing single player. If you were playing multiplayer, you and your friend could each start, and then you would share 4 continues between yourselves, I think. I think that's how it worked. I wouldn't know, because clearly I don't have any friends in real life. But all of my friends do join us on the stream, and it's been awesome. It's been so much fun. I wouldn't be able to do any of these live stream challenges without you, without your support and your tips and tricks and your sharing your experiences with the games. Oh, we're just getting destroyed here, but that's okay. Why? Because our motto is, any day that we get to play video games is a good day. So, despite what happens during the game, whatever the outcome is. Yeah, if you get some gaming in today, yeah, that's good. It's all good. I know there were plenty of days in my Gen X life where I did not have the opportunity to play any video games, so I'm trying to make up for it now as an older adult by getting in some gaming every day and doing some things that I never thought would be possible, which mostly are 1cc'ing arcade games. So I had not 1cc'd an arcade game prior to starting these videos. And with the help of everyone, Nico is here too. Good to see you, Nico. Oh man, we're getting destroyed today. Nico is still heartbroken over Willow. And it's been a rough mental journey for Willow. But it's okay. We know what we need to do. We know what can happen. And that's part of the excitement, I think, of these live streams. I only play these games on stream so you can see every minute of every gameplay session. And that's because one of my core values is transparency. And so I'm not afraid to show you just how bad I am at these games at the beginning. And if you go back to day one of any of these challenges, oh my gosh, it's so hard to watch for myself sometimes or experience, because some of these games are so difficult, and most of the games I select I have yet to experience myself, so they're blind playthroughs. And so the blind playthrough on day one of some games makes it feel like we're going on an impossible task, much like Super Contra feels impossible today. When it comes to Super Contra, I was not able to beat the game on day one, so that says something about the difficulty, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes it takes a few days, a week maybe, to learn how to get through the games, and sometimes it takes longer than that. It took us a lot longer to learn how to beat R-Type, but R-Type was one of those, I think, rare difficult games that had this uber difficulty when it came to learning how to win, because we actually won life cleared R-Type. We played the game and did not die, because you kind of need to if you want to save all of your power-ups in that game. But with Willow, the other game we're currently streaming, that happens earlier in the day, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during the weekday and 10 a.m. on the weekends. I need to get right into place here. Here we go. I think we're safe. Oh, we've got to go to the side. Oh, I should have ducked. On day one of Willow, it took us 60 credits, 60 credits, to beat the game. And when it takes you the equivalent of $15 to quarter pump your way through an arcade game, and then you have committed yourself to learning how to 1 credit clear the game, having to get through the game in 59 less credits seems like an impossible task, but we are somehow able to do it. Hold on a second. I need to focus here, because I normally would take the spread gun, but we have double bomb gun, and so we're gonna try to stick with that in this run and see how that works out for us, because I never used the bomb gun. Oh, we got over those. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the way these 1cc challenges work is we make quick gains early, because we start to learn the games after going through the blind playthrough. And then at a certain point we end up plateauing, because there's only so much we could do with the skills we have at the time. And then, oh, we got that. Here we go. We're gonna auto scroll. And then And then there's a switch that flips, and all of a sudden, almost out of nowhere, we are good gamers. Oh my gosh. Oh, did you guys see that? This is the first time I've ever beaten this boss without losing a life. So, even though we are on what? Our last final credit, I feel good because this is the first time we've ever started this level, end level, with the weapon in hand. And it's a stacked weapon, a doubled up weapon. So you can see that it does the X explosion, which means that... Oh no! Are we going to be able to go back? We got the laser. Oh man. Oh, I just got to run by this crab guy. Get all these spaces. Hold on. Sometimes it's better to be chill. Alright, we got through. Oh, I walked into that. Oh, it's gonna be... We got a shell. There's gonna be another weapon right here. Right? There was no other weapon for us. So we're gonna have to make our way carefully through this section. I shelled it, but it was not... The shell is not an instant bomb. So that was not great. I think if we go straight here. Nice. Oh, we just dodged that bullet. Okay. We have the opportunity now to beat the game. Hold on, let's focus. Let's focus here for a quick second. We have a weapon, which bodes well for our ability to take out everything relatively quickly. This is the safe spot to stand in for this whole entire boss battle, because it gets the angle of the side guys right in front of you so you can attack them without taking damage. Okay, that's cool. Oh no, no. I didn't see that. I didn't see that guy sneak out. Oh, I didn't see that guy sneak out either. Oh, we were so close. But even though we had to pump our way through with our 6 credits and didn't beat the game, there were still moments where our Super Contra skills were shining through, like the stage 4 boss, which we'd never beaten, and then actually having a weapon, that machine gun weapon at the end of the game. I think that was only the second time we were ever able to keep that weapon for the initial approach to the final boss. So all of that still feels like progress. Kenna says, I never met an alien I didn't kill. Yeah, of course, I never met an alien. Exactly. Let's reset our counter. If you're wondering what this place is, and if you're also wondering what the numbers are on the bottom of the screen, it's how we keep track of our progress. So I liken it to speedrunners, but for pedestrian players, where we count credits. The top number represents how many credits we will use in any single run of the game. So we know how many coins we've inserted and how many continues we have. And the goal is to make that only be 25, 1 credit. The bottom number is the sum total of credits we've used since starting this challenge 2 weeks ago. So we keep track. We've put in what? The equivalent of $100 US. That's 400 credits into Super Contra to get to this point, to develop our skills, to learn the game. 401. And we're ready to go again. Let's go. Let's hit start. And let's go. One of the things that we've learned are, aside from like game mechanics, there are little nuances to these games that you may not realize at first glance, or if you've only played them casually without, you know, some real deep exploration into them. So for example, this game, Super Contra, actually has a unique jump mechanic in that you can jump, but you can also super jump if you hold the up direction while you are jumping. This is, I think, a mechanic that is unique to this Contra, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I have not played a lot of the modern Contra iterations. But at least in the old school Contras, you could not have variable height jumps. So, why did I move forward? Oh, there we go. So yeah, it's one of those things that it takes a little bit to get used to, because it helps you dodge sometimes, and it helps you reach certain platforms other times. But it is not an intuitive Contra move. Here we go. Let's just prioritize the center sections. Jump up to get a little closer. Get a little more a few more hits in. Alright, we gotta exit the trench. And then we just pop these guys as they pop out of the back of the helicopter. Here we go. We'll take out a gun or two on the way. Hold on. Oh, we gotta go here. Let's go into the trench for safety, The blue is exposed. That's our weak point. We got it. There we go. Let's continue playing. The game does not stop or slow down for you. We will let the laser go by us. Take the machine gun to the very end. Come on. Come on, guy. Let's go. Oh, jumped over him. Jumped through there. Oh, I could not turn my gun in time. That's one of the things, the other mechanics that makes this game difficult. Your gun animation is... takes up some frames and some time while you are turning around, and you hold your gun at an angle. Bill, you're getting you're slacking off, man. Here we go. Taco Girl is here. Good to see you. Have you completed Alien Soldier? No, I don't think I am. I have played Alien Soldier or am familiar with Alien Soldier. I am assuming it is a run and gun game, much like these. The only other run and gun we have completed is Mercs. Oh man, thought we could take that out with one more hit. And Mercs was a game we just did in January. Oh, we gotta get this. When you get a weapon, you get some invincibility frames. So you have limited invincibility for like a second or two. So picking up a weapon can help you get out of a sticky spot. And then here we go. This will help us. We have a shell that we can use on the end boss. So we can bust through the door with our Wolverine claw, which always cracks me up. Fire from behind. There we go. We took out all those guys. This is mostly a safe spot. So we'll be here. Taco Girl says, yeah, it's much similar and an intense game. I'll have to check it out. I like running guns. One of my favorites being Shock Troopers, that I have yet to been able to really dive deep into that. I mean, obviously, I grew up playing Contra, like a lot of us, on the NES. I did not have a lot of experience with Super Contra or Contra the arcade games. And you would think that we have successfully 1cc'd the original Contra arcade game, and I thought that your Contra skills would translate into being better at Super Contra, but this game has so many little nuances that are not present in other Contra games. Oh, look at this. I had no choice but to try to retreat. That while it looks like the arcade version of Contra, it plays differently. It doesn't exactly feel the same. The pacing is a little different. Your ability to shoot in a lot of different directions. I think you can shoot in like 16 different directions based on where your weapon is aiming and any given point of your character's animation. See, look, we can get some pretty tight angles. There's no place to go on this one. We'll see it through with 6 credits, but this is not going to go. It's not going to really go anywhere. So yeah, and the whole double jump height mechanic, which is not a thing in other Contra games, makes this game feel a little different. Just different enough. There we go. But still, a really fun game. Anytime we do any of these games in this 1cc series, I end up falling in love with them. Because we spend so much time playing them, and then you find out little details about the game that you really come to appreciate. In this game, what detail do I appreciate? Maybe it's brevity. Maybe the fact that we can bust through a bunch of runs in a single stream. I cap these streams basically to an hour because we stream every day, 2 times a day. So an hour stream seems like an appropriate amount of time. And in that time, we can play a lot of Super Contra. I can't say the same for some of the other games we've done in these 1cc series. Like King of Dragons, the beat 'em up by Capcom, took us 63 days to complete, which is just a lot of days to keep playing the same game over and over again. X-Men the arcade game took us a little longer. That was our first foray into trying to learn how to 1cc a game. Oh, let's see if we can do this. Oh, he fired 2 rounds of reds instead of just 1. 2 rounds of reds, and usually he shoots 1. Somehow he triggered 2. Sometimes these games, so the games that are longer in playtime and gameplay, sometimes are more difficult to learn because you just don't get as many reps in as you would do with a shorter game. So, for example, we played through Mercs, another top-down shooter, and we finished that game in just about 2 weeks. And that's because that game only took about 20 minutes to play through. Alright, come on. Oh, we gotta be careful here. I should have shelled it. The laser is so slow to aim. Okay, we got another shell. And try to use that here. Would just be cool. I fired it too late. Fired it too late. Let's go. We gotta just smash our way through this. Alright, let's see if we can replicate. I couldn't get there in time. So we're in the final boss. We have 1 life, 1 continue left. We should be able to do this. Look out for this explosion. We just have a bunch of button mashing here to do, and then to pay attention to the aliens that come out on the side after this first round of rain protectors. I don't even I don't even know what those might be. Alright, we got those that time. We got these easy, those 3. Once we get rid of one of these side guys, it will be easier. Oh, we just got that one. I don't know what happened. We got both of them at the same time. Okay. We gotta get closer now, because our gun does not have enough range. And then we gotta back up and take out those aliens. 1, 2, 3. Back up. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Back up. 1, 2, 3. It's like a dance. Oh, one more time. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We got it. We got it. Ryan McNeil is here. Good to see you. Be kind, QP. Oh yeah, I know what you're referring to. I know what you're referring to. I won't. I finished that just before, right after the stream. I went back to that, Ryan, what we were talking about earlier in the stream, and then I finished it right before we came into this stream. So I getcha. I getcha. Sorry if we're talking in cryptic code, but I don't like putting spoilers out on the internet, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I get you, man. So yeah, that was actually pretty good, right? Let's go again. A 5 credit clear. The goal is always to advance the goalpost. Move the goalpost. Get it closer to us. So even though we can clear the game in 3 credits, there are elements that we need to overcome, I think, to get that down to 2 and then ultimately 1. And part of that is getting through the boss battles without losing lives. Let's go. Let's reset our counter. Taco Girl, thanks. Nice. Good job. Let's go again. Thanks for that. And this time we're going to try to double up the machine gun. Our personal best when it comes to a single credit is to get to the alien lair stage. So we can do it. We can get pretty far in the game on a single credit if some of the conditions are right. If I pay attention, If we get a little bit of good RNG luck on some of the enemy spawns and bullet patterns. Alright, we got that. Let's get this. Here we go, here we go. The physics in this game threw me off big time. When you run up a ramp, you run up slow because you have realistic physics moving up ramps. Oh, again. I did the exact same thing again, didn't I? Except we made it through the tank this time. Much like that spiky Jeep in the original Contra. A bunch of button mashing. Here we go. We actually played through Super Contra on a member stream the other night, on Friday night. And I don't play through Super C on the NES. I don't play console games on the channel. But in the member stream, we played through Super C on the NES. And it was so much fun. I can see how people have fond memories of that game. Despite the fact it was really difficult. Still. Oh, that guy. Alright. I think what we're going to do is we're going to just do some 1 credit runs of the game to see if we can get a good start. And then if we get a real good start, we'll continue it through. Here we go. Yeah, Super C on the NES was surprising. Because I had never played it before. I really only played the original Contra on the NES. And I didn't see that bullet through our laser. I think our laser prevented me from seeing that. The layering of enemy fire and enemies, especially in the jungle scene, is so sus. Here we go. And that's one of the things that they eliminated in the NES version of Super Contra, of Super C. There's no trees in the foreground of the jungle scene, so you can see everything right out front. Oh, we dodged that. I think sometimes with the laser, your best bet is precision. Precision shots. Let's try to keep our shell. Oh, we gotta go down this way. There we go. Go right up the middle. Slowdown is our friend here. To the side just a little bit. Right to the middle again. It took me so long to get used to the handedness of Bill, our main character, when it comes to how he holds his weapon off to his right side of his hitbox. Another nice change that they made, that Konami made in the Super Nintendo version. The NES game, I mean the Nintendo version, the NES games feel like just refined versions of these games. And in the Contra timeline, these games were released before both of these games were released before either of the NES versions of Contra. So it was Arcade Contra first, Arcade Super Contra second, NES Contra third, and then NES Super C after that. Which is probably why, and it's really interesting. I don't know if anyone else is like a gigantic Contra fan. If you are, I was poring over some of the material in the Contra Anniversary game on the Nintendo Switch, which has, aside from having a bunch of different Contra versions to play through on from different platforms and in different regions, it also has like a behind-the-scenes digital booklet that you can read about the development of some of the games and how they ideated some of these games based on the timeline. And it was really interesting because there were a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I think information that wasn't necessarily all over the internet yet. Ken S, thanks. Slick work on the winged guy. All right, let's go again. Let's reset our counter. Let's try to focus on stage 1 and getting through this without dying, yeah? We can do it. I know we can. Let's go. Here we go. There's one there. Even though that's a spread weapon, I think this stage is best suited for the double machine gun stacked that we'll get at the helicopter. This is one of the few games where you can take a knee and lie prone. And I get those guys up there. The mechanic, the friction of running up a hill is real. It's like, Bill, why are you tired, man? You just started your mission. And you can slide down these hills. Here we go. Oh, that's gonna be a restart. We'll just go. We'll just let them take us out. And we'll restart. Oh no, we won't continue. Thank you. We're good. We're good, man. All right. Let's go again. Yeah, let's reset our counter. Here we go. Let's drop in our credits. Let's hit start. And if you are just joining us, welcome to the Quarter Pumper, where we play through classic arcade games in an effort to answer a single question. That question normally is how much would it cost us to beat this game in an arcade when we were kids. But we go on epic side quests every day where we live stream difficult arcade games to see if an average player who possesses basic skills, me, can actually get good enough at these games to 1cc them. That's 1 credit clear them. That's an arcade term where you drop in a single credit at the beginning of an arcade game and you play through the entire game, start to finish, on that 1 credit without continuing. And as ludicrous as that seems, we have developed a proven method for average people to be able to do this, and it just takes an what am I doing? It just takes an hour a day and the pressure of performing under live stream conditions to do it. We're just gonna go back to the beginning again because we're not no shoot button. What does that mean? Does that mean if I don't push the shoot button if I don't want the timer to count down? But like I was saying, we keep track of all of the credits we would have used in any of these games. The top number on the bottom of the screen is what we use in any single game. The ultimate goal is to get that down to 25 cents. That is 1 credit in the United States, 1 quarter. Our personal best on Super Contra is a 3 credit clear. We can beat the game continuing twice, which in and of itself actually is still pretty good. But the ultimate goal is to get that down to 1 credit. So it looks like that, and we go through the entire game. And despite the fact that it seems on the surface, based on any given run that you watch or anytime you come into these streams, that this would be an impossible thing because I am not a great gamer, we gotta trust the process because we know this works. We have successfully 1cc'd 7 different arcade games using this method of live streaming daily. And we've beaten difficult games like X-Men the arcade game, and Ghouls N Ghosts, and Splatterhouse, and the original Contra, and R-Type, and Mercs, and the King of Dragons. And like we say all the time, if you can 1cc R-Type, you can dodge a ball. Let's go. Oh, I couldn't dodge those though. Oh man. Alright, maybe we'll just play through a little bit longer and see what happens. So we don't just restart again. Because we'll get our machine gun back right here at this mid-boss, the helicopter. Oh, we got it, and we got it. There we go. That was scary. Up to the side, staying in the trench for the first half of this fight. Make subtle diagonal strikes. There we go, there we go, there we go. We're safe. They apparently can't see that I'm just standing behind the helicopter waiting to blast them as they come out. Alright, the blue is exposed. That's the weak point. And we got it. The game continues. We'll let this weapon go by us. It's a laser. We don't want that. Let's go right to the end. I jumped through that again. I should have moved to the side. I wasn't anticipating 2 guys coming in at the initial approach. Alright, here we go. And One Ring is here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream today. I know it's a Sunday. If you didn't see the Willow stream this morning, that was a good time. That was a good time. A good time was had by some. Maybe not all, but we will still stream Willow again tomorrow. So we stream 2 games at the same time. Oh man. And the second game we're playing currently is Willow the arcade game, and we're actually really close to. We'll start again on a single credit. We're really close on 1cc'ing Willow the arcade game. We can get all the way up to the final fight. What? Yesterday? Was it? Yesterday. We got up to the final boss fight. We needed to hit that boss one last time, and we died. And today the outcome was similar. was similar. So wondering, you can go and watch it if you'd like, but spoiler alert, yeah, we did not 1cc Willow again today, but just means more Willow. And who doesn't like Willow? At least I say that now. Ken says it was crazy close. Yeah, died on Bav Morta fight. Bit 1cc'd all the way there. We were so close. We were so close. And fortunately for Super Contra fans, this game is significantly shorter, so we'll be able to get in. Once we get to that point, when we get to a 2 credit clear on this game, and then when the 1cc becomes a possibility, we'll be able to get that much quicker, I think, on Super Contra, because the game is that much shorter in general. So yeah. And I love Willow. Willow is fun. Willow feels like a licensed version of kind of Ghouls N Ghosts, but with different elements in it, because you play as 2 different characters. All right, let's lock in here, because this is where we have been taking bullets. All right, we got that. It's that guy at the top that always gets me. Sometimes we hit him, sometimes we don't. I try to delay jumping until it's absolutely necessary, but yeah, that gunner at the top of that tank and the tank missiles. Let's make sure we get this. Got it. Should be able to... Oh, I didn't know what to do. I think I just could have stood there, but I ducked, and when you get down prone, it changes your hitbox from being, I think, from obviously being a vertical hitbox to being a horizontal hitbox. And so I think I turned that 90 degrees when I could have probably stayed there or jumped. Yeah, One Ring says the hopping ashtray got us. Yes. 2 consecutive streams in a row. Man, it's so hard on some of these games. When we were doing, it's not as bad as X-Men, because X-Men the arcade game. When I was learning how to 1cc that one, it was the first game we ever played trying to do this. And I was able to get all the way up to the final stage. And it was in the last 3 boss battles at the end. You kind of do like a boss rush mode. It's like the 3 boss battles at the end that determined whether or not we had a viable 1 credit clear run. But that didn't happen until 50 minutes into the game for me. So it was like, play this game over and over again for 50 minutes to see if we can get to that point, to see if we have a chance to 1cc. It was a long haul, just like the King of Dragons. 50-minute game. We were pretty good until like 3/4 of the way through. All right, we got that this time. Let's delay for a second. There we go. Wait. Just be chill. There's no timer in this game, so that plays to our advantage of being patient, but also it also lets sometimes enemy spawns come out more than we really want to handle. Alright, we'll get out. We'll get out of the trench. Oh, jump! We got it. There's that last cannon. Trying to be the hero today. Alright, we can go straight for the blue. We got the double stacked machine gun. This is called the machine gun technically, by the way. Officially, I learned that through all the Super Contra materials that were present in this Konami collection. Uh-oh. Alright, that's how we do it. Sometimes it's better to stay grounded instead of somersaulting around. I'm gonna keep this, but I'm still gonna get the spread when we get to that, if I still have this weapon. Because I choose spread. Yeah, for invincibility purposes. And for width. Oh, we just made it through that. Oh no. Oh no, I should have fired the shell. I didn't know where to go. We just got caught in the geometry of the whole thing. Oh man. It's so hard if you don't get them on the initial approach. At least one of those gunners. And I think we can stay here. Oh, the trick to getting through the corridor with the green crawlies is to hug the wall in front of the generator and shoot for the left. Hold on, I'm gonna look at that in a second. I was jumping. Oh, I was jumping. I think I was holding down, and you cannot jump from a down position. Okay, we'll get this spread just in time. With our invincibility, we made it through. Oh man, come on, guy. Alright, we're going back and starting a 1 credit run again. What is Kenna says, the trick to getting through the corridor with the green crawlies on the left and right is to hug a wall in front of one generator and shoot left and right. The others should be avoided easier. Oh. Yeah, you're talking about in the final boss, the final stage with the projectiles that come out of the sides. Yeah, we'll try doing that. Let's reset our counter. Let's get out of this top score screen. Let's drop in another credit. Let's take a breath and let's go. Here we go. Get this weapon. I'm really liking the machine gun in this game. I never really cared for it all that much in the other Contra games, but this one, it feels, once you stack it, it feels really extra powerful. Alright, we got this. We got this. Right to the tank. Let's go, let's go. There's a delay when you take out the gunner. Like, you have to just trust that you hit him on your first jump. We got our extra life, okay. Get that. Go. Ah, dodge between. There we go, we got it. We're clear. Oh, we can take a breath. Get the blue. There we go. The ramp is gone. That's the sign that the enemies are done coming up from the bottom. That laser go by. Oh, I saw that at the last minute, and I couldn't jump out of the way. And I also could not jump out of the way there. Oh, what happened? Did I hit my toe? All right, we're going back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. I usually cap these streams at an hour, so maybe we'll just... Now that we're at a nice even number, maybe we'll just punch through the entire game and see how we do. So we can practice that one section that Ken S is referring to. Yeah, let's do that. So here we go. Take a breath, reset our counter, drop in our first credits, and let's go. I mean, we have made gains today. We were able to get the winged alien without dying, get past that one boss without dying, so that was good. Something we had never done before. So we can just replicate that now. We did have a weapon. We did have the double bomb gun. No! See, look at the angle of which he fired his weapon. We had to duck even though he was low. The geometry in this game is not very Contra-y if you are used to NES Contra. Because those bullet patterns were I think always in an 8 directions, whereas these feel like you can fire in more than 8 different directions. Oh man, we're not doing great on this. We're not doing great on this. Just missed that one. That was good. Here we go. Just be chill, man. Just be chill. That was some fancy jumping. Did we not get an extra life yet? Or did we die? Did we die before we got an extra... Did we already burn through our extra lives? I don't even know what happened. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just a caveman. Alright, well, we gotta start over one more time. The geometry feels like friggin' trigonometry. Yeah. I think the issue in this game specifically is that there are so many moving elements that can fire at you that shoot different, so the angle changes, right? If there's some enemy with a weapon above you, right? And then the screen scrolls upward or downward, it changes the angle of which they can attack you. And that's how I get trapped and caught all the time. The best example of this are those rail guns, those rail cannons that come out just before the tank comes up off the elevator. There's so much screen movement going on that it's hard to get a good bead on predicting where the bullet patterns are going to go. And they fire single shots. So like a 3-bullet stream, you can kind of see a little bit better where the path of travel. All right, here we go. Like, see, those are raising up as they're moving right and left. Same with the helicopter cannons. The helicopter itself is moving to the right when it comes in. But once they've already fired their guns, those are set in a certain path. But all of a sudden, they can shoot you from a different angle. We got this time. They close the hatch. We don't destroy that back hatch. They close it. And the game continues. The game does not stop. Don't take a break. Don't rest. Just go. Guy dropping down. No chance here. There's so many enemy spawns, which feels different every time. There's like, it's hard to predict all of these enemy spawns. I think we're gonna go from the beginning one more time. Yeah, we'll go from the beginning one more time. Ryan, yeah, no rest for the wicked, exactly. Let's reset our counter. Let's take a sip of water. I guess we're gonna go a little long today, but it's a Sunday. And I'm gonna be snowed in, I think, the next 2 days, so maybe we'll get a bunch of gaming in. Who knows? Who knows? Our motto is any day that we get to play video games is a good day, right? Hold. Go. It's so strange not wanting to get certain weapons, especially when they're spreads, but I think this weapon is better. Because you can double it up. Could have stayed down, I think, for that one. Oh, why was that so stressful? And why didn't I get the gunner on that initial jump? Alright, extra life. No! Ah, I knew it. I saw that coming from a mile away, and then I just had no course of action to alter to change that. Change that. Oh, that was kind of nuts. I was able to... So I played these games on an arcade USB joystick, and I was able to waggle the joystick, the lever, enough to just shoot at that diagonal over and over again. Look at that, look at that. That's so strange. Able to get a bunch of shots off in that one direction. They all got to be firing at me. They all fired at me. Every single one of those guys. So many. So many soldiers. Alright, we're gonna punch through the entire thing, even though we probably needed to get through at least the first 2 stages on a single life. It's okay. We're just gonna go through because I wanna test this theory of hugging a wall in the final stage. Alright, we're invincible for a moment. Oh! Our invincibility wore off right at the wrong moment. It's okay. We'll get a shell here. It means we get this shell, or not. But it also means we get this weapon here. And this weapon's probably better than the spread at this particular boss. Okay, we should be good. There we go. There we go. So I think we can double this weapon up now, right at the beginning of the jungle, because it will be the first weapon pod that comes out. So let's see if that's true. That means we get now we get the spread. Oh, 2 guys. Got him. We gotta remember to duck. Got it. Oh, that guy jumped through the log. That wasn't cool. You can't fire your weapon through the log. So for them to be able to jump through the log feels a little unfair because you can't combat them with your weapon. And these guys. Got caught in the crossfire. Oh.
Please continue.
Here's our little safe space. There we go. Ziggy's here. What's going on? Thanks for joining. What are we in for credits for right now? We are close to ending the stream. We're gonna pump through the remaining credits for this run to get to the end. To test out some things in the final stage. Oh, jeez, man. I wanted to keep that gun. That was the gun that I wanted to keep that we had previously beaten the boss with. Now I don't know which one to get. They're all like in a row. Not this one. Nah, anyone but the laser. I don't think the laser is fast enough in this stage. I needed to jump over the red thing. Clear the path. 2 aliens from behind. Got them both. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Oh, not today. Well, 1 life down, not so bad. We still got 2 credits. Here we go. Let's make the approach. We got this, we got that. This guy. Let's try not to waste this shell. That always happens. Missed the laser, but that's probably okay. Because it means we get this gun instead, which I think is more helpful, especially right here. Yeah, bomb away. All right, let's go. Let's go. Oh, man. Oh.
Please continue.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to combat. I don't know how to combat this. Start way back at the bottom. All right, let's get in position. It's right about here. Save our wrist for a minute. Let's just check our position. Yeah. So right at that, like, nostril. And then look out for aliens that escape our fire. Lucky there. Lucky there. We're gonna be coming out here. Oh, I knew that one. All right, we got this. Let's be chill for a second. Three, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Retreat. Oh, we just got back in position just in time. Oh, there we go. Last life on our last credit. End with a bang. Let's go out with a bang. Yeah. Alright, so it wasn't a best stream. We did not get a new PB today in Super Contra, but we did have some success. We were able to defeat some of the bosses without dying, which is always good. We got to the winged alien. To that, actually, we went through that whole stage without dying, I think, because we got the double stacked bombs at the end, which probably contributed to us being able to get through there. So, yeah, every day builds upon the last until one day a switch flips and all of a sudden we're actually good at Super Contra, and then we get it. Ryan, thanks for the GGs. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate everyone that comes to these streams, stops by, chats it up, watches the replay, leaves your comments, because it is not a single player affair. There is no way I would be able to do any of this without your help and support and encouragement. And yeah, helping me when the mental load gets to be too much, aka Willow. But we will get there if history is any indicator. So again, thanks so much for hanging out with me on a Sunday. For this week, we will be streaming 2 times a day, every day. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Willow. We're on the cusp of OneCCing. That could happen as early as tomorrow. And then 4 p.m. for Super Contra. Because we're going to bust through Willow soon, if you want to recommend a game for the 1cc series, look in the description below of all of these videos. There is a link to a community post in which everyone puts their suggestions and recommendations for 1cc games. So if you wanna get your game in, check out that link in the description. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Try to get some gaming in, be good to each other, and you know what? We will all hang out again tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.